Communications Incorporated. Good afternoon and welcome to King's News Broom 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, and our one word. Today is Tuesday, December 17, 2024, and I'm Shemon Deal presenting. In the headlines, concern citizens for the protection of the Constitution. And the rule of law protest turns chaotic as police fires live bullets and tear gas at protesters up Capitol Hill. Former presidential aide Sekou Carrasco and several others arrested. Liberians honor the banner "We the People" demands Liberia Telecommunication Authority to restore all data packages and internet services recently reduced by GSM operators in the country. And also in the news, Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas condemns ongoing crisis within the House of Representatives. And away from home, Angolan Tacon Isabella dos Santos, once known as Africa's richest woman, has hit out at the UK for imposing sanctions on her. These plus the news bulletin, voices of those making the news that are packaged, but we'll take a break to be right back. Welcome back at this juncture. We join Sam Andrews with the news bulletin.
The Moravia City Police Director Adolfo Spey, the Spey of leading a gang to break down and remove market tables overnight. The aggrieved marketers told reporters Monday they have been informed that Moravia City Police Director and team have given out their tables to a scrap company for financial gain. According to them, about 60 tables have been taken away since Sunday night from points, adding that it has made it impossible for owners of these tables to have space to carry out businesses. In battle, House Speaker Fonati Kofa has described Vice President Jeremiah Coon's assertion of his negotiation to resign as lie. According to Councillor Kofa, at no time did he negotiate with Vice President Coon, nor the president to resign as being insinuated by the Vice President, stating that his position is and has always been returning to legislative normalcy. He emphasized his stance for the rule of law, pointing out that the executive can continue to ignore the rule of law, but he will not waver. Speaker Kofa also said the most telling thing is that the vice president's appearance and inappropriate comments on a radio talk show exposed his hand as the principal mastermind of the unconstitutional saga at the House of Representatives. He said Vice President Coon had asked for white ballot for Representative Richard Coon, the passage of the budget, and discussion of committee after a new speaker, something he said he rejected. Although several Liberians have criticized the removal of House Speaker Fonati Kofa, terming it as unconstitutional, the House of Representatives remains divided, with the Executive Mansion and the Senate endorsing the renegade lawmakers. The United States Embassy near Monrovia has re-emphasized the need to respect the rule of law, pointing out that the U.S. government is monitoring the situation at the legislature. The majority bloc of the House of Representatives has announced plans to pass the 2025 draft national budget on or before Friday. The Liberian government's recognized majority bloc of the House of Representatives Committee on Ways, Means, Finance has disclosed that the fiscal year 2025 draft national budget will be passed on or before this Friday. During Monday's hearing of the fiscal 2025 budget hearing expenditure component, the chairperson on Ways, Means, and Finance, Representative Fee McJury, stated that the House will be working overtime to ensure the passage of the budget this week. The commitment of the passage of the budget comes in the wake of a dispute on Capitol Hill over the speakership position. Representatives of the majority bloc, Richard Coon and House Speaker Fonati Kofa, are still battling for political supremacy. The assigned judge at the 6th Judicial Circuit Court in Moserado County, known as Civil Law Court, said government duty of administering justice to its people was a sacred and compulsory duty performed by justices and court and circuit judges. Judge Smith said, as it relates to protection of the natural, inherent, inalienable rights to property as guaranteed under the Constitution, means speedy administration of justice as mandated by Articles 20A and 23H. Judge Smith, according to our judicial correspondent, said there will be justice delayed and denied where, in pursuant of the constitutional mandate of speedy trial, the primary mission or objective of the court is to clear the docket. The European ambassador to Liberia, Nona De Price, has joined stakeholders at a high-level forum to review and validate a draft legislation on personal data privacy and protection. The proposed law stands alone as comprehensive instrument and is designed to provide structural guidance for the collection, processing, transmission, storage, protection, and use of personal information in Liberia. The legislation titled Personal Data Protection and Privacy Act of 2024 was developed by the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications with support from Internews under the Liberia Media Empowerment Project financed by the European Union. Liberia does not have a standalone law on personal data protection. Once this is enacted, the legislation will supersede all other laws, decrees, executive orders, proclamations, and administrative regulations related to personal data. It will also establish a legal framework for safeguarding and ensuring the privacy of personal information during its collection, processing, transmission, storage, and usage, among others. The aim is to protect individuals' data without compromising the general interest of the state. It will also impose penalties for unauthorized access, processing, and use of personal data, including the concealment of breaches and other malicious disclosure of personal information held by individuals and institutions responsible for managing such data. The campus-based Student Unification Party of the University of Liberia has sharply criticized the Boakakon government, accusing it of gross incompetence, widespread corruption, and neglect of the people. In a statement read by SUP Chairman Sylvester Wheeler, at the University of Liberia, the group outlined 30 key grievances and threatened mass protests if their demands were not addressed. Chairman Wheeler named a list of grievances which ranges from governance failure to police brutality, and underscored the challenges Liberia is faced with. The SUP chairman also noted that the student group would stage a mass protest against the government's failure to address the paramount concerns of the country. Justice Yamigbese has issued a temporary stay order in the case involving former Finance and Development Planning Minister Samuel Toy and others. The ruling follows a petition of a writ of certiorari filed by the state prosecutors alleged challenging the decision by criminal Court C resident Judge Ablamo Dixon. And the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College said it has successfully trained over 10,000 teachers across Liberia since its establishment in 2015. LSTTC Training Director Reverend Andrew Fire disclosed that the institution, as a teacher training institute, has not only been training teachers but also been involved with designing programs that deal with teachers' education across Liberia. According to him, a survey conducted in 2015 amongst 200 community schools across Moserado County revealed that many of the teachers in the classroom at the time were untrained teachers with only high school documents. He further indicated that the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College is training teachers that are in the low earners bracket and has been providing them the opportunity to acquire training in teachers' education with affordable fees. Reverend Fire made that disclosure during the institution's 9th gala anniversary.
from Liberia. News. Welcome back and thanks for being there. In the wake of ongoing protests organized by a group under the banner concerned citizens for the protection of the Constitution, democracy, and the rule of law in Morovia, there are reports of live bullets and tear gas being fired at protesters of Capitol Hill. The protesters are protesting against the hardship, a sluggish economy, and bad governance they experienced in less than a year in the administration of President Joseph Boakai. Here is Councillor Pierre Brown Booth, former Associate Justice and one of the framer of the 1986 Constitution, speaking during the Tuesday gathering at the Capitol Hill.
Remove portion of members. Everything must be done every 6 years. We have a right to elect a speaker. Powers and duties of the speaker. Where they're supposed to go for things. Removal, expulsion of members. Succession to the leadership. Taking the oath. The oath that they take here is the same oath in the Constitution. This is the original.
So who do you think are
So on to the
the
protest.
escalators now to the violation of the Constitution in the saga?
In the saga, you see, the Constitution, this is what they supposed to do. So they violated the Constitution because and I adhering to the rule of law, the Constitution.
So do
So
you
we
think
made them and we can break them. I came as a witness. I was here since 7 o'clock. I was here to see for myself.
So you are a constitutional lawyer.
I'm not constitutional lawyer. Even right now, I have practiced law for 42 years.
as a citizen lawyer, you
As a CC lawyer,
If you are
I'm
asked
an
to advance the
American
way
Liberian
forward
trained
now, what
lawyer.
do you say?
Say what?
If you are asked to advance the way forward now,
The way forward is peace. The way forward,
be involved in this.
where the people, everybody, the constitution and the constitution, go for it. Say that the people government should teach the constitution in schools so the people will know their rights. And they violated the fundamental right, Article 20, due process of law. Go by the rules. You're made your speaker, but there's reason, procedure to remove him.
if this continues, what do we foresee happening in Liberia?
I foresee trouble. And the founders of the Constitution, the founder of this country wanted peace and reconciliation. They advanced peace accord for the establishment of truth and reconciliation, Article 11, to bring victims and perpetrators together to see the root cause of the war. So everything these people do here, it looks like some people got ammunition somewhere, or they want to deal with people who want to sell ammunition, so they want to provoke fuss, so people can fight.
Councillor Pierre Bramboud is a former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court and one of the framers of the 1986 Constitution. They are speaking during the concerned citizens for the protection of the Constitution and the rule of law gathering at the Capitol building that later turned chaotic. Hundreds of citizens from all walks of life under the banner "We the People" staged a peaceful protest on Monday, December 16, demanding the Liberia Telecommunications Authority to restore all data packages and internet services recently reduced by GSM operators in the country. Early Monday, citizens gathered in the city of Painesville and marched to the national headquarters of the LTA, carrying placards with inscriptions such as "God first, data second, rise third, bring back our data, and we don't have money," among others.
We came under the banner, we the people bring back our data. So this data thing actually started on December 9th when Liberians woke up to realize that out of cruelty, the LTA decided to hijack what Liberians were enjoying. LTA felt that Liberians had become rich people overnight, so they did not any longer deserve to pay 2,000 megabytes of data and FATA for 15,000 megabytes of data. Those packages were reduced to $1 for one and $3 for 3.8. So concerned Liberians from all walks of life came together, especially on Facebook, Unity Party, CDC, is regardless of their political differences. They said no, this particular approach by the LTA is not only cruel, but it is sheer evil. Given the history of LTA already, we know that generators at LTA pay 3,000 per month. LTA commissioners make over 11,000 as salary per year. So if you trying to raise revenue for government and you're trying to increase some areas and cut some areas, it can be what the layman is taking. Similar situation to the motorbike situation where the government decided that, okay, instead of inspecting cars, they put the cars thinking it is a problem, we take the issue action on the motorbike. This is exactly what's happening. The layman being the victim of a system that he helped to put into place. So there's a clear action to the LTA. We came with a written petition outlining all of what Liberians are voicing out generally across the board. We could have been our thousands today, but today is Monday.
Duku Jala is the Secretary General of We the People, a group staged in peaceful demonstration against the recent reduction of data and internet services. Several marketers at the Waterside Market have accused Moravia City Police Director Adolphus Pepe of leading a gang to break down and remove their market tables overnight. The agreed marketers told reporters Monday that they have been informed that the Moravia City Police Director and team have given out their tables to a strap company for financial gain. According to them, about 60 tables have been taken away on Sunday night from points, adding that this has made it impossible for owners of these tables to have space to carry out their businesses.
I was at home last night, but because my friend live on around the street there, she called me. She said, "Oh, they cut your table." I said, "Ah, but why they cut my table? That the whole market a breakdown." She said, "No. All the table in your table they cut." I said, "But for what reason?" I told her she was lying. I had off the phone. At 4 o'clock the morning again, I called her. She said that true, they call your table, they carry it. I said, "But I will call the table." She said the body was here yesterday. That they won't cut the table.
I saw Shakira Slippers at the Water and Medicine session. We received a call from our friends that the city police is using a weather machine to cut the iron table printed by the past government that was turning over to the Marketing Association for Marketers. And I got leaving everything. I have phone, I got recording. Tomo G was the commander for the city police. I assigned at Water branch at the administrative building here. And then was that hearing. There were two officers that were on ground instructing the engineer to cut the table. But before we arrived, the engineer ran away with the tools. So we got in a misargument and the police had to come in to calm it down. And they left, they went by the bank. We left here at night to see who gave them the instruction to take our table. Before they were going to get no owner. Only to find out that the page is asking our superintendent to go to the office for redress. And we said no, we resisting.
Who is the Tata Pay so far?
Tata Pays, they like in work with the MCC, who is the Moravia director, who is unified.
Also speaking, Waterside Market Superintendent Roden Tuazoman asserted that the Moravia City Police Director told him that he acted on the mandate of President Joseph Boakai to remove the market tables down Waterside. Tuazoman further noted that many tables have gone missing overnight since the ascendancy of the Boakai government.
I got audio that if the need arises, I will play it. It was on a Wednesday night when we received this information. I placed call immediately to one of the security bosses, who is Solim Collie. But her response was sounding like they are in a no. So I had some doubt. I was following her until yesterday in the evening. We knew that something was taking place. So we all came here, we posted in every corner here. They didn't know. Molo, Tomo G, and the rest of those guys, they came with one old truck. I got a photo of the truck here. The only thing we were not able because the truck was running away when they saw the noise. They worked with the city police. So they came, they caught all the table and they chased it around about 9:10. Getting ready now to carry and pulling the truck to carry because that's not the first and the second. People always accusing them of cutting the table and selling it as scrap. So last time after the incident, how we get to know now that it was something that they have been doing for long. So when I talked to Sonny Lana again, she gave my number to the director. She's the director for stand up MCC security. Yeah.
Meanwhile, following an inquiry call from Kings Evan Moravia, City Police Director Adolphus Pepe declined to officially respond to the allegation, indicating that he was in a meeting. A reminder, you're listening to King's News Broom, 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, in our one word. Stories we follow in this afternoon concern citizens for the protection of the Constitution and the rule of law. Protest turns chaotic as police fires live bullets and tear gas at protesters up Capitol Hill. In former presidential aide Sekou Kalasco and several protesters arrested. Liberians under the banner "We the People" demands Liberia Telecommunications Authority to restore all data packages and internet services recently reduced by GSM operators in the country. Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas condemns ongoing crisis within the House of Representatives. And away from home, Angolan Tacon Isabella dos Santos, once known as Africa's richest woman, has hit out at the UK for imposing sanctions on her. We'll take a break to be back with more voices. Welcome back and thanks for being there. Campus-based Student Unification Party has sharply criticized the Bouakai Khan government, accusing the government of gross incompetence, widespread corruption, and neglect of Liberians. In a statement read by SUP Chairman Sylvester Wheeler at the University of Liberia's Capitol Hill campus, the group outlined 30 key grievances and threatened mass protests if their demands were not addressed. Wheeler named a list of grievances ranging from governance failures to police brutality, and has at the same time underscored the challenges facing Liberia's fragile democracy.
The revolutionary student unification party front on the NL, deception and lies of the Bouakai regime, so believe the reactionary government has shown no willingness to address the basic needs of our people. The hopeless masses and the veterans of poverty and unbearable suffering are a moderate in the face of the people. Some officials of government are involved in lavish lifestyle amidst hunger, poverty, poor health, etc., etc. Mr. Bouakai, for the 2 years of so-called experience, have proved zero actuality in the past 11 months of serving this great country. His 11 months of rule over Liberia have died the hopes of the Liberian people and created the trust amidst mass unemployment, deception, corruption, incompetency, and zero foreign direct investment. The revolutionary finance party have been the only moral voice of the people will soon take the lead and convey what the people already confronted with in its nationwide protest in accordance with Article 1, 15, and 17 of the 1986 Constitution. As a medium of expressing dissatisfaction of the current proceeding of the government, SUP will never be silent or historic responsibility of holding government accountable. Comrades, masses of the Liberian people that below the legitimate count will soon inspire a mass citizen rally across the country if they are not taken seriously by reactionary bloggers. This 30 initial or compromising factor will determine if we will have a state of the nation address or not.
Meanwhile, the SUP chairman also demand urgent improvements in facilities, including modern laboratory, science labs, and internet access.
Furthermore, the Student Innovation Party is calling for the immediate dismissal of Police Inspector General Gabo Koma and Ganstora in Malachi Escolba PS 197 for unprofessionalism, insecurity, failure, as well as gross human rights violations against students and masses of the Liberian people. Almost a year of Bwaga rule in this country, we are yet to see tangible progress in the livelihood of the people. Ordinary masses are consistently victims of officials of government, including the failed Inspector General of the Liberia National Police in a short period of time. The consistent mockery of our people by government officials and vacant lifestyle. The complete disregard of the young people that constitute 60% of our population, as was seen in the poor prioritization in the recent 2025 national draft budget. Total neglect of education with less than 10% of the budgetary appropriation to the education sector in violation of the constitution of international law. Liberia being ranked as the 8th poorest country in the world. Uncontrollable increase in price of goods and services. Unnecessary travel of workers without any outcome and misusing state resources. Dirty and polluted environment in the country. Unconstitutional removal of official ATNU position. Mysterious death in the country and increase in disadvantaged youth in the country. The Buddha crackdown on protesters indicates that government intolerant towards the protection of its citizens, right in the tenets of democracy. The Bangladesh Student Innovation Party never hesitated to rally the people across the landscape if Mr. Gago Koma and his gangster in Malachi Escobar are not dismissed.
He is the chairman of the campus-based Student Unification Party, Sylvester Wheeler. Liberia Standard Teacher Training College says it has successfully trained over 10,000 teachers across Liberia since its establishment in 2015. LSTTC Training Director Reverend Andrew Fayad disclosed that the institution, as a teacher training institution, has not only been training teachers, but has also been involved with designing programs that deal with teachers' education across the country. According to him, a survey conducted in 2015 among 200 community schools across Monserrado revealed that many of the teachers in the classrooms at the time were untrained teachers with only high school documents.
This vision came about after an educational NGO that I'm running called Education Watch Network of Liberia Incorporated conducted a baseline survey among 200 community schools in Monserrado County in this environment. And we realized that to every school we went to, there were at least 200 teachers. There are some schools we went to from the principal to the last teacher in the classroom was not trained. So we asked the question to some of the teachers at the time that have spent 13 years in the classroom, but the minimum qualification they have was just high school credential. Some of them said that they really want to improve their capacities, but the truth of the matter was their purchasing power was low. Imagine working for $3,000 Liberian dollars. As a teacher, you are a parent, you live in a renting house, you have other social obligations to address that require spending. So all of those social challenges were issues that hindered them from improving themselves. So when we talk to the situation room, our report, the board of directors of Education Watch Network of Liberia instructed us to write the Ministry of Education in 2015 to give us the space to train teachers in the low-income bracket in Liberia. Since 2015, we have successfully trained little over 10,000 teachers in all of our training programs across the Republic.
He is the training director of the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College, Reverend Andrew Faya. And away from Liberia, Angolan Tacon Isabella dos Santos, once dubbed Africa's richest woman, has hit out at the UK for imposing sanctions on her. According to her, the move came as a surprise, as she had not been found guilty of any corruption in any court in any country. Last month, the daughter of Angola's former president was strapped by the UK government as a notorious kleptocrat and slapped with an asset freeze and travel ban for allegedly drawing off wealth out of oil-rich Angola. She said Angola's government was behind a campaign to tarnish her image. She told the BBC Africa Daily podcast from her base in Dubai that it is political at the end of the day. On that note, that's how we come to the near end of this edition of King's Newsroom. But before we leave, a quick reminder of stories we followed in the headlines. Concerned citizens for the protection of the Constitution, democracy, and the rule of law protest turns chaotic as police fires live bullets and tear gas at protesters up Capitol Hill and arrest a former presidential aide Sekou Kalasco and several other protesters. Liberians under the banner "We the People" demands Liberia Telecommunications Authority to restore all data packages and internet services recently reduced by GSM operators in the country. You also heard in the news, Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas condemns ongoing crisis within the House of Representatives. And away from home, Angolan tycoon Isabella dos Santos, once known as Africa's richest woman, has hit out at the UK for imposing sanctions on her. Many thanks to our reporters, correspondents, and all those who helped in making this edition of King's Newsroom Resources. Sam Andrews brought you the news bulletin. Anthony Phillips sat at control and handled the technical aspect of this production. On behalf of the team, I'm Sherman Dear, our presenter. Thanks for listening and watching.